Okay, so good morning. I know it's been a bit of a while since I put any videos out at all. For that I apologise. Obviously I did turn around and say originally that my pond journey had come to an end, which at the time it had. And to be fair, there weren't much in the way of content that I could do. A number of people have contacted me, turned around and said, look, we ain't heard from you for a while. So obviously what we need to do, a big shout out to people like yourself and Cook, because obviously they sent a message saying, look, we ain't heard from you. Obviously you've got no content, that's fine, but we ain't doing nothing from you. So it's like, okay, I'll put a bit of content out just to give you a bit of an idea. So, some of you may know, beginning of my journey, so probably about 2 years ago, I started digging the pond out at the top of the garden. You've noticed everything's all open. I'll explain to you that in a bit. You'll see that there's a roofing structure there. I'll show you the rest of it in a minute. So, a couple of years ago, you'll know that I started to build the pond at the top of the garden. Cut a long story short, I fell in it. I've already got a back injury anyway, but it made the back injury considerably worse, to the extent where I ended up in hospital for 4 or 5 days. I think it was longer than that, probably about 6 days. Obviously I've been suffering since then. I did have to have surgery, where they tried to, basically, to cut a long story short, and I don't understand it very much, all I know is that there's a pipe that you wee out of, and when I'd had the fall, something happened to that pipe, so they had to do an operation to reroute that pipe for me to be able to go to the toilet properly, basically. But over the course of 12 or 18 months, it ain't worked. In fact, if anything, it's got worse. Needless to say, there's a few other underlying issues that are now related to that problem, which now means that I have to have, basically it's called reconstructive surgery. I don't know, you got to do something to my bowels and stuff like that, so it's quite a big operation. So I'm currently on a waiting list now. Waiting list is between 3 and 6 months, could be sooner, could be later. Obviously, priority are to, people out there that have got, I believe, to be more serious than me, should take priority. On top of that, we've got people that have got, the big C and stuff like that, and quite rightly, they should take priority. So what I'm trying to get to is the fact that me and Tracy made a decision. As you know, I've built a number of ponds. There are a couple of ponds that were in the pipeline anyway, and then I was looking at redoing the main pond, obviously taking into account everything else and cost and maintenance and things that need to be done, and me going into hospital and who's going to look after it, because after this operation apparently I'm going to be out of action for between 3 and 6 months. So what we decided together, and it was a joint agreement, is we're going off ponds. So the main pond that used to be on my title screen has now gone. Quickly show you where we are at the moment. So that's where we are at the moment. So you remember the seating area? I'll show you the rest of bits and pieces up there as we speak. That's basically what used to be the pond. So there is a structure still underneath it. There is still sleepers and stuff like that. All the sleepers are still intact. All the framework, everything else is still intact as well. And there is still a hole in there. So in the event somewhere down the line we decide we want to reopen the pond, we'll just take the decking back up, put the sleepers back in that we're already using here as rafters that run across there. So all the sleepers have been used going that way. And then obviously all the sleepers have been used down that side, because that's where we used to walk down the back of the pond. Obviously this is still work in progress here. So obviously here all this will be changed, because this has been demied in for quite a while. That post should have been a 4x4. That post should have been a 4x4. That post should have been a 4x4, and so should that one. So they're all going to be replaced. Oh, you can see we've got a guinea pig down there as well. Oh, I'll tell you what I do want to show you. So remember when I showed you when we were doing all the fish cleaning and all the pipe work? Look at how phenomenal them plants are as a result of it. So just goes to show that fish waste does really, really work. So I'll show you what I've been up to anyway. So obviously we had a pond that was in the garage. There was the QT tank. We decided to move it outside, so that's that one. So it's there, as you can see, it's mind your own business in there and some other bits and pieces in there. And I've kept this, or I'm keeping this as natural as I possibly can. So you can see a lot of green water in there, but trust me, there's a lot of fish in there, and basically when I throw some food in a minute they'll come straight back up. What's interesting is these are growing better in green water than they were in clear water. Work that one out, I don't know. Located down the bottom, down there, there is a pond, or there's a fiberglass tank. I've got R&P fiberglassing coming to do a gel coat on that on Saturday, and then what that's going to happen now is that one is going to go in there. So I'll have a pond in there, or a tank in there. There'll be a tank here, both of them will have easy pods, one there and one there. That will be a new seating area with a bar in the corner, and I'm going to have a table, and then I'm going to have a feeding station here. So all my feeding stations located around the back, that's all coming down here. New roof's going on this, exactly the same as this one, so that's going to be done as well. There's quite a few jobs coming which are not really, ain't really pond related, if I'm honest. But I wanted to try and give you a bit of an update. I'm going to show you in there as well in a minute. A couple of projects going on in there. So yeah, so there's going to be, on the seating area, there's going to be a sleeper bar. It's going to be made out of a few sleepers that I've got left over. And like I said, everything can be recycled back into being a pond again. So it's not like it's the be all and end all. But you've got to understand that the way things are currently, and now they could be over the next 12 to 18 months, I need to try and keep maintenance and stuff like that to a bare minimum. There's a lot of people that have obviously turned around and said, look, if you need any help, give us a shout, and I really appreciate that. I'm a proud man, but, you know, and I don't like asking for help. It's hard, really, really hard, and when you're old and you're decrepit like me, it's even worse. Anyway, enough of that. Let me show you what's going on up here then. So, I'm sure you remember that we started with the greenhouse, put a frame in. Teresa said she wanted some tables, put some plants on it. I said I'd put 3 ponds in there. That's what we've done. So, but I'll tell you what, over the last, I don't know, 6 months, something like that. I'll show you where we are now. Obviously we've still got green water and stuff, same as him. See all the plants coming on, look. The plants are doing really, really well. This one is up and running. Some chags in here, some acaciogons. It's about 15, 16 fish in here. And they all look lost. And they all look hungry as well. That's the beauty of being in here for some reason. All they're interested in is food. So, as you can see, easy pod on there. That's doing 40 watts. Obviously it's a bit of a mess down here with airs and everything else. Currently got a heater there, as you can see. So, showing everything else that's going on. Just bear with me a second. So yeah, so I can show you everything else that's pretty much going on. Obviously that piece of wood on there is on there for a reason. We did it so we could get to that pipe. It's basically to feed those, what we're doing is using the easy pod, siphoned out into a pipe, siphoned back into there, which then feeds that water that's in there. So that works as well. So I don't need that, so I'll get that off while I've got a chance. I'll just put that up against there. Just do that. So where was I? Right, so currently pond 2 has got a substantial amount of fish in there. They were all courtesy of Rob Walker. So we've got some chugs in there and some other bits and pieces. These eat absolutely crazy. Don't know whether you'll actually see, because this water is stupidly murky. Don't ask me why, because this has a water change every 2 days. But it's got that as well. And obviously I've got all my fish over here, loving it. So obviously I'll chuck a bit of food in there while I can, while I've got a chance. Down for 2 seconds. And these just absolutely, these have been fed 5 or 6 times. You can still see, still got foam on here. So as you can see, I'm just going to drop a little bit of food in here now. Those super mangoes in there, if you remember them, they were in my tank. They were 10 centimetres when I bought them. Snabby over there. I'll give Snabby a bit of food as well. Been a little bit pooler, chasing for food, whipped his tail, and a bloody mark on his tail, so I've had to sort that out. But yeah, you can see there's quite a few in here. These are happy, sweet as a nut. You're beautiful, you are, yes. So just Snabby over there eating, like enjoying life. So yeah, so all looking pretty good, to be fair. What I will do as well, I'll show you the new. So obviously you'll wonder, well, if the super tank's out here, what have we done with the garage? So what I've done with the garage is I've put a smaller tank in there, courtesy of Black Country Dave. We all know Black Country Dave. If you don't, pop over to his channel. Oh, I've got some ducks on the roof. How about that? Yeah, look, ducks on the roof. How about that, huh? Small world, isn't it? A couple of ducks on the roof. Supposed to be lucky, that is. So male and a female. I'm just going to get the keys to the garage so I can quickly show you that's in there. Because obviously what I did as well in there was I made a little bit of a bio chamber. Because obviously filter wise we was having problems with filters and stuff like that. Sticking death cans in, you know, pressure cans and stuff like that. So also by the time we've got it done, let me zoom out, sorry. Do apologise about that. So obviously these have all been resanded and all painted, so they're going to be going up into the seating area when I get a chance. So, well, that's the new timber ready to do the roofing structure, everything else. Up there's all the twin wall stuff up there as well. So all that's done. Just see if this is open. No, it's not. So I'll play guess which key it is now. Yeah, take that one. So it'll be that one there. Sorry about this, but this is the life in the day getting out of bed. So over there is a new pond. So obviously what I've got up there is an LED light. LED set up for daylight, so obviously that'll come on in a not too distant future. I'm not going to turn it on now as it is because there's no point, but I will turn on the lights in here. Just bear with me a second. So turn the light on here so you can see what's going on. So in there is my boiler chamber. So basically what happens is goes into pumping the water goes into a pump in the garage, comes out into a death can, comes out the death can into a boiler chamber, into the boiler chamber, back into the pond. And in here there's a few fish, Macashiogons, Bene, Goshki, and again there's some Macashis in here. These two are going to a friend at work, So they'll be going this weekend. My cashies will stay in here. Probably 2 of them will come out and I'll probably leave one of them. 2 will probably come out and I'll leave the other 2 in there. That'll keep the filters up and running. So yeah, so that's basically a bit of an update to show you what I've been up to. So I can show you that I'm still okay, and I would like to say fit and healthy, but I'm not. But like I said, it's a bit of a video for you guys to say I'm still here. Thank you for all the kind words and people asking out for me and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I'm doing alright. I am doing alright. I will start putting out videos from time to time, but I don't really want to put it out for the sake of putting it out, if that makes sense. So what I'll do is, and if it's okay with you guys, I'll happily once every couple of months put a video out, say hello, make sure you guys are happy, and that'll be it. So thank you very much. Again, thank you for all of the people and all the requests and everything else. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it's a bit basic, but at least it's me saying hello and everything else. So catch you again soon.